In part one, I covered the negatives of PC gaming, so without further ado, here's the part a lot of you guys have been waiting for. Part two is going to cover all the positives of PC gaming, and trust me guys, there's a lot to go through. Now, in my last video, if you guys remember, I said that if you bought a console, you would get a console out of a box, and that was pretty much it. Yes, that is the case, and that is a positive, but it's also a negative at the same time. A console is a console, the same exact console for 7 years, outside of slight physical modifications, you know, through a slimmer design, stuff like that, but the internal hardware never changes, so you're kind of stuck with the same thing for that 7-8 year life cycle that a console has. Obviously, with a PC, it's a lot more different. On a console, if the performance ever gets to a point where you're getting only 30 frames per second at really low resolution, and you're like, man, I just don't want to play it anymore, play these games anymore at this low performance. Well, you're kind of shit out of luck. The only option then is to go buy a PC. If you already have a PC, guess what? All you gotta do, upgrade your graphics card, upgrade your CPU. You can upgrade all these things. With a console, you're kind of stuck with what you have for that life cycle, so that kind of sucks. On a PC, it's a lot more flexible. You have a lot more options on a PC. On a console, you're extremely limited. You have the console that they gave you out of the box. Maybe you can change the hard drive around. You're not going to be changing the graphics card to be getting better performance on the latest Call of Duty title, even though Call of Duty takes nothing to run, let's be honest. But you guys get the point. The latest Battlefield title, maybe that's a better example. On a PC, hardware is constantly being released. Graphics cards are constantly being released. And yes, it is an expensive adventure getting into PC gaming, but man, is the performance there. And that performance really helps out just the playability of the games. I mean, I've been playing Battlefield 4 on PS4, and even from PC to PS4, I think it's a night and day experience playing the game on a PC at 1440p at 45, 50, 60 frames per second, and on the console you're playing at 900p at 35 frames per second. It's a night and day experience between the two, and I think a lot of you guys know that. And you know, with a console, you're going to be experiencing that same thing the whole life cycle. If on a PC you're ever like, man, I just want some better performance, you have the option of upgrading the graphics card. Also, the one positive I know most of you guys are waiting for, oh my god, the Steam deals, the Steam summer sales, the Steam winter sales, the Steam Thanksgiving sales, the Amazon summer sales, the Green Man Gaming summer sales. Oh man, my wallet's gonna be raped. Yes, we've all experienced that before. Over the summer, over the holidays, man, these different digital distributors, yes, on a console you can buy used titles, you can buy them for like 15 bucks, but on a PC it's so much better. You're picking up AAA titles for $5, dirt cheap. You're picking up indie bundles for $1 with the Humble Bundle. You're getting like 7 games for $1, and that money's going to charity. What is not better than that? That is, in my opinion, the greatest feature about PC gaming, and that's really not from the PC itself. That's from the gods at Valve, the gods at Green Man Gaming, the gods at Amazon that are giving you these killer ass deals. And all three of those guys, there's even more. There's GOG, there's Origin. They're all competing with each other to get your dollar, and that makes the prices go even lower. You just don't see that at a console. Console guys think, oh my god, the latest title is $20 off. That must be a crazy deal. On a PC, hell no. Who the hell pays $60 for every new release? Nobody. You can get titles the day they come out on a site like Green Man Gaming for 30% off. I picked up Metro Last Light last year, the day it came out, for 36 bucks on Green Man Gaming. Yes, that is a $60 title on consoles, even more, $63, $65 after tax. I'm getting it for almost half on a PC, and that's the better version. It's the better fucking version. Metro Last Light is going to play way better on a PC than it is on a console, and I'm getting it for 50% off on the day it comes out compared to the console version. And I'm sure you guys have heard all the memes. I'm getting my wallet ready. My wallet's gonna be raped. The Steam summer sales absolutely destroys people's lives. They miss rent. You miss paying the electricity bill because these games are so fucking cheap. It's crazy. You're talking all 3 BioShock games for $10? Like, what? That is crazy to me. 3 AAA titles for $10. That's just crazy. Those are deals you're never gonna see on a console. Yes, you can find good deals, like I said, at like Black Friday, but you have to go fucking kill yourself at Target and Walmart and shit like this. On a PC, it's gonna be just from the convenience of your own home. You download the titles during the Steam Summer Sale, and yeah, they're cheap as hell, and it's so great, guys. If you're a PC gamer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That feeling when the Steam Summer Sale starts, or that feeling of your first Steam sale, is one of the craziest things ever. And the deals are just too great. I'm done there. Most of you guys already know what's up with the Steam deals and the Amazon deals and the Green Man Gaming deals. Green Man Gaming especially, they're extremely underrated in my opinion. They have great deals as well. Another thing that really irritates me about consoles, and the latest consoles in particular, the PS4 and the Xbox One, is that there's no backwards compatibility. If my collection of PS3 games, I'm not going to be playing them on my PS4. That sucks in my opinion. On a PC, this is what, in my opinion, one of the best things about a PC, is just one long-ass generation of PCs. I mean, you know, operating systems and stuff like that change, that can hamper the experience of playing older titles, but most of them seem to work really well. If I want to play KOTOR, that's a game from 2004, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, I can still play that in 2014. If I want to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I can play that on my PC in 2014. If I want to play Half-Life 2, play that on my PC. If I want to play Red Dead Redemption on my PS4, that's not going to be happening. If I want to play GTA 4 on my PS4, that's not going to be happening. If I want to play Crysis 2 on my PS4, that's not going to be happening. And the list goes on and on. I love that on a PC we can play these older titles, because in my opinion, a lot of the older games are way better than a lot of the new garbage that these developers are giving us. So I love just going back and playing a lot of games from 10, 15 years ago. That's, in my opinion, one of the best things on PC that you really can't experience on a console, because, you know, the manufacturers, Sony and Microsoft, they're trying to reduce costs and make the PS4 and the Xbox One as cheap as possible. But in my opinion, backwards compatibility is really something that needs to be on the consoles, and unfortunately isn't. But on a PC, I'm playing old-ass games. I'm playing Half-Life 2, like I said, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, one of the best RPGs ever, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Oblivion, even Skyrim. Hell, I can't play Skyrim on my PS4. That sucks, man. Branching off from the last point, one of the new cool things to do for a lot of these publishers is, let's re-release a game that came out a year ago and let's charge $60 for it with better graphics, slightly better graphics, that is. Look at Last of Us. That game came out a year ago. Yes, it was a phenomenal game, but they're re-releasing it for $50. Isn't that like robbery? And I mean, look at Tomb Raider. That game came out 9 months prior, and then they released Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition. Mind you that the Definitive Edition has always been on the PC. That is the absolute best experience. The PS4 version's nice. You're playing at 1080p at 30 FPS or whatever, but on a PC you have that option of playing at 1440, even 4K. But you have the option of playing 1440p, you know, anti-aliasing up the butt, 60 FPS, all this kind of stuff, and they're calling it this Definitive Edition. This is pretty much highway robbery, in my opinion. Let's re-release a fucking game 9 months after it comes out and charge you $60 for it. Yeah, no thank you. That, in my opinion, is absolute robbery. And it doesn't stop there. They're re-releasing PS2 titles, and this is the funny thing. When they re-release a PS2 title, like Final Fantasy X, that just came out on PS3 a couple months ago. They released Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 for $40. I say, fuck that. Let me go turn on my PC. Let me go start up PCSX2, which is a great PS2 emulator. Let me crank up the resolution to 1440p. Let me increase anti-aliasing, shadows, all this stuff. Game looks way better than it could ever look on a console. I actually have the Final Fantasy collection on the PS3 because I wanted to compare how it looked on the PS3 and then compare how it looked on my PC. PC version looks way better. Phenomenal. Looks absolutely great. And I do not support this notion of let's re-release 10-year-old games and charge premium price for it just because we redid the textures slightly. That's a no-no in my opinion, and that's robbery as well. Especially considering on a PC we got freaking emulation. Let's play Wii games, let's play PS2 games, let's play PS1 games, N64 games. We have access to all of those titles. You know, I love playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl on my PC with beautiful graphics, playing with a controller. It's an absolute blast. I can play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I can play Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 12. The list goes on and on. There's an endless catalog of games through emulation. Just make sure you own the game, guys. That's just my one beef. I own all these titles on PS2, on the Nintendo Wii. Just make sure you own them. Obviously, you don't need to. That would be illegal, but you guys get the drift of what I'm saying. And yeah, I think I covered the main positives that I wanted to talk about. We're talking emulation. Emulation is absolutely fantastic. Backwards compatibility. PC is just one really long generation. Think of it that way. The Steam sales are fucking real. The prices are absolutely phenomenal. You're getting games dirt cheap and AAA titles for $5 or even less at times. And then we're talking flexibility. You get a lot of flexibility on a PC that you don't get on a console. You have the option to upgrade your hardware, upgrade your CPU, upgrade your graphics card, things like that. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Part 3 is coming up in the next couple of days, and stay tuned for that, and I will catch you all later. Goodbye.